Hello, everyone. As part of CDFS's mission to provide ongoing fiscal support to contractors, we will be working on publishing informal training sessions so that contractors can review training materials at their own pace and on their own timeline. Today, we will be covering the Child Care and Development Division contracts and acronyms. As many of you know from working with your PQIB consultants and fiscal analysts, we at the department level tend to create and use acronyms for our programs, forms, and other common phrases. We've put together this training to help contractors identify our most used acronyms. On today's agenda, we will be reviewing some background of the Child Development Fiscal Services Bureau. We will also look at the CalWORKS and Alternative Payment, or AP, contracts and acronyms. Next, we will look at the Direct Service contracts and acronyms. Also, the support contracts and acronyms. And finally, an acronym overview and some resources for contractors. Child Development Fiscal Services Bureau. The Child Development Fiscal Services Bureau, otherwise known as CDFS, falls under the Child Care and Development Division, CCDD, at the California Department of Social Services, CDSS. CDFS manages the fiscal side of the state's child care and development programs. This includes processing payments and billings, managing contract funds, and providing fiscal guidance to child care contractors. CDFS also provides support with issues related to funding allocations, contract terms, reimbursement calculations, and fiscal reports. CDFS Organization Chart. Here you will see a reflection of our organization, starting with our Deputy Director, Dr. Lupe Jaime Milam, who oversees the entire Child Care and Development Division. Next, our Branch Chief, Jacqueline Barocio, who manages our Central Operations Branch. From here, we are introduced to the Child Development Fiscal Services Bureau. Michael McDonald leads as our Bureau Chief, with Adrian Sadie, Larita Riga, and Rami Chand as our section chiefs. Next, we have our supervisors, Ashley Ford, Brenna Solly, Leslie Lopez, Michelle Hernandez, Stephanie Johnson, and Tara Kleiser. Under our supervisors, we have a growing team of fiscal analysts. You can find the analyst county assignments on our fiscal resources page, and a link to it is provided at the end of the presentation. Now, let's review the California Work Opportunity and Responsibility to Kids, also known as CalWORKS, and the Alternative Payment, or AP, contracts under CCDD and their acronyms. CalWORKS Stage 2. What is CalWORKS? CalWORKS is a welfare program that gives cash aid and services to eligible California families in need. The program serves all 58 counties in the state and is operated locally by county welfare departments. Some benefits of CalWORKS can include help with housing, food, utilities, clothing, or medical care. The CalWORKS Stage 2, also known as the C2AP, is used when the county welfare department determines that families are stable. Families can remain in C2AP or Stage 1 until they have been off cash aid for 24 months. CalWORKS Stage 3. CalWORK Stage 3, or C3 AP, is for families that have exhausted 24 months of CalWORK Stage 1 or C2 AP childcare after they have been off cash aid. This program provides care if funding is available and if the family's income remains at or below 85% of the state median income. California Alternative Payment Program, or CAP programs, use state and federal funding to provide vouchers for eligible low-income families. Alternative Payment Program agencies help families enrolled in CalWORK's Child Care, or CAP, arrange child care services and make payments for those services directly to the child care provider selected by the family. Family Child Care Education Home Networks, otherwise known as CFCC, shall support educational objectives for children in licensed family child care homes that serve families eligible for subsidized child care. California Migrant Alternative Payment Program, also known as CMAP, issue vouchers to eligible migrant families that can be used to purchase childcare and development services with childcare providers throughout California's Central Valley. This program provides services for children from birth through age 12 and for older children with exceptional needs. Additionally, funding for services follows families as they move from place to place for agricultural work. Next, we'll review the direct service contracts. General Child Care and Development, otherwise known as CCTR, can include both CCTR and Family Child Care Home Education Networks, which are state and federally funded programs that use centers and family child care home networks operated or administered by either public or private agencies and local educational agencies. These contractors provide child development services for children from birth through age 12, as well as for older children with exceptional needs. These programs provide an educational component that is developmentally, culturally, and linguistically appropriate for the children served. Migrant Child Care and Development, also known as CMIG, use centers and family child care home networks, which are operated and administered by either public or private agencies and local educational agencies. These programs provide child care and development services for children from birth through age 12 and for older children with exceptional needs. Additionally, CMIG contracts also have a California Migrant Special Services or CMSS agreement for which funding shall be utilized for social and health services. Children with severe disabilities, referred to as CHAN, is a program that uses state and federal funds to provide children with exceptional needs with additional access to childcare and development programs through age 21. Now, let's take a look at our support contracts. Child Care Initiative Project, otherwise known as CCIP, is a statewide project funded to build supply and improve the quality of care. Some of those efforts include recruiting licensed exempt providers to become licensed, providing support to assist small homes with the goal of increased capacity and inclusion of infants and toddlers, and activities to support the retention of childcare providers. Health and safety training activities, or CHSTs, are required to provide health and safety training to licensed and license exempt providers in child daycare facilities, daycare centers, and family daycare homes under the Health and Safety Code, or HSC. Local Child Care Development Planning Council Program, also referred to as CLPCs, have a primary mission to plan for childcare and development services based on the needs of families in the local community. CLPCs are intended to serve as a forum to address the childcare needs of all families in the community for all types of childcare, both subsidized and non-subsidized. Resource and Referral Program, also referred to as CRRPs or R&Rs, are located in every county in the state. CRRPs help families find childcare that best meets their needs, recruit and train childcare providers, and collect data from parents and childcare providers. These programs also provide a variety of services to parents seeking care, to providers seeking professional development and incentives, and to their communities seeking support for their youngest residents. Alrighty, now we'll provide you with a breakdown of acronyms and resources that you can review or refer back to when needed. Acronyms. In the first column, we have common CDSS acronyms. Many of these are used at the state level to refer to different areas or branches within CDSS. CDSS is the California Department of Social Services. CCDD, Child Care and Development Division. CDFS, Child Development Fiscal Services. CDMIS, Child Development Management Information System. Fiscal, Financial Information System for California. PQIB, Program Quality Improvement Branch. OAS, Office of Audit Services. SCO, State Controller's Office. And for laws and regulations, we have WIC, Welfare and Institutions Code. CCR, California Code of Regulations. CFR, Code of Federal Regulations. HSC, Health and Safety Code. In the middle column, we have CCDD contract acronyms, which have already been provided in the previous slides. And in the last column, we have miscellaneous acronyms, which you may find on your contract face sheets, calculations, program requirements, or when communicating with your PQIB consultant or fiscal analyst. So we have CalWORKS, California Work Opportunity and Responsibility to Kids. CDPR, Child Development Program Enrollment, Attendance, and Fiscal Reporting. CDEs, Child Days of Enrollment. CEFA, Continued and Expansion Funding Application. EPAR, Equipment Purchase Approval Request. FT&Cs, Funding Terms and Conditions. MDO, Minimum Days of Operation. MHCS, Mental Health Consultation Services. MRA, Maximum Reimbursable Amount. We have the NOAA, Notice of Action. PNC, Program Narrative Change. PYTD, Paid Year to Date. RFA, Request for Applications, New and Expansion Funds, and VTT, Voluntary Temporary Transfer of Funds. On this slide, we've provided links to the CCDD contracts program requirements and resources. Each contract type has its own corresponding program requirements. If you're interested in reviewing the program requirements or additional resources, you can use the links provided on this slide or visit the CCDD homepage. The homepage also provides links to other resources, including the Fiscal Resources page, Fiscal Handbook, Funding Terms and Conditions, Child Care Bulletins, and Forms and Brochures. Additional training presentations can be found on our Fiscal Resources page under the section Fiscal Trainings. This concludes our training session today. We hope this review of our contracts and acronyms has been helpful. To receive important updates emailed from the Child Care and Development Division, please join our CCDD listserv. If you're not already signed up, please use the QR code on this slide to join. Thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful day.